Okay, so Pythagorean theorem, really easy concept. You guys probably did it last year in grade 8. But I'm going to show you how to do it with nice format, maybe once, and then I'm going to show you how to do it in one step because it's always the same. And you're going to use your calculator anyways, so you should be able to do it all in one step. So what is Pythagorean theorem? So Pythagorean theorem is just a way to solve for a missing side length in a right angle triangle. It has to be a right angle triangle. And the only side that's very different in a right angle triangle is the longest side. Across of this box is the hypotenuse. This is very important in the equation, and it's on one side of the equation. The other two, doesn't matter. A squared plus b squared plus a squared. The letters actually don't even matter. I'm going to show you when we do the fast way. As long as you know what the longest side is, you're kind of good to go. So if I wanted to rearrange this equation, I could, just like we know how to rearrange equations, I could bring one of these over this way and come up with a new equation. B squared is c squared minus a squared. So you'll know that Pythagorean theorem has two equations. When you're solving for the longest side, you add, and when you're solving for not the longest side, you subtract. It's really, really straightforward. So you can remember both those equations. I don't even think it's necessary to remember the formulas, to be honest. So let's get right to it. I have to find the missing side lengths in these two triangles. This one is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to start it by saying x squared, and because it's the longest side, I know I have to add these guys. Okay, I can say it one more time. Just start with the side length you know. If it's the longest side, you got to add on this side. So let's set up this one quickly. I'm going to start with a squared. A squared is not the longest side, therefore I have to subtract. Now, in subtraction, the order matters. You always put the larger number first, and you'll never go wrong. Okay, so I'm going to say it one more time. If I'm not finding the longer side, this is a subtraction, but I have to put the bigger number first. Okay, if I don't put the bigger number first, I'm going to get a negative answer here, and I'm going to be wrong. So it makes sense to always put the bigger number first. When in doubt, bigger number goes first. So looking for the longest side, I add. Not looking for the longest side, I subtract. Those are the only two options, right? Whether it's A or B, like who cares? It's the same thing. A and B, B and A, it's all good. So now I need my calculator. I'm going to go 3 squared is 9, or I can put this all in my calculator, but I'll show you some work over here. Now I'm going to add these together, giving me 58. And then to solve this last step, x equals the root of 58. Now I have to pick up my calculator. Root 58 is 7.6, rounding to the nearest tenth. 7.6. There's no units here, so I'm good. I'm done. It's a nice format, but it's not really necessary to do all this work. Okay, so I'll show you this way over here, and then I'll show you the quick way in a different color. So same here. 7.2 squared. No, I can't do that one in my head. But I can type this all in my calculator. There's no reason to do each one individually like I did over here. So this time I'm going to do 7.2 squared minus 5.3 squared. I'm going to hit equals, and it's going to give me 23.75. And now I have to do the same thing. I have to find the square root. I don't have to show that step though. As soon as I'm in a square, to go to the non-square, I have to find the square root. So I'm just going to type square root answer on my calculator. And I'm going to get 4.87, so 4.9. Done. Now, how do you go quickly? It's always something equals the root of two numbers. If you're finding the not longest side, you're finding the longest side, it's always going to be I'm adding two squares. Okay? You don't have to do it this way. It might be a little too confusing for some. But these numbers just go here. And in my calculator, if I just type this, I'm going to say square root, open brackets, 3 squared plus 7 squared equals, I forgot to close my brackets. This is going to give me right into the answer in one step, 7.6. So you can actually start your Pythagorean theorem with a square root instead of like with the actual formula. And that can happen every single time. And if it's confusing, once you do like 4 questions, you're going to see how like the same it is every single time. and you'll never have to do this again. And now when you're finding the missing side of a triangle, it's lightning speeds. So I'm going to go here. Oh, A? Yeah, A is the root of, take a step back. Oh, I'm not solving for the longest side. Subtraction. Bigger number goes first. And the rest is pick up a calculator and type it all in. 7.2 squared minus 5.3 squared equals, done, 4.9. Okay, so sometimes you might want to do it this way. I don't know, maybe you left your calculator at home. It's still harder to do. And sometimes you might want to do it this way because it's faster. So this would be my priority, but you should maybe start this way. But you should have started this way in grade 8. Okay, really, really easy. Addition, subtraction. Do you have the longest side or not? Okay, now Pythagorean theorem is a very basic fundamental skill to do a bunch of geometry that we have to do. Okay, so.
Mr. Kish, can you please contact the office?
So, if I have to find the volume of a shape and there's a triangle in that shape, I need to find the area of that triangle. And I can only find area if I have the height of a triangle. I don't know if you know this, but if you have a triangle, yeah, it's base times height divided by 2. So it's the base times the height divided by 2. And the height is always a 90 degree. Like my height, I'm standing here, I'm 90 degrees from the floor, right? If I tilt myself, my height is how high my head is to the floor, right? It's the 90. So whatever straight line there is there. So I always have to have a 90. So I really know that the area, since I know the formula is there, area is the base, I don't know yet, base times height divided by 2. So this is just an example of like I have to use Pythagorean theorem in a problem. So here I have to find this x, and I'm going to use this right angle triangle on this side. I don't have the longest side, no problem. I'm going to go over here. X equals the root of, if I have the hypotenuse, I'm subtracting. Bigger number goes first. Calculator time. 7 squared minus 5 squared equals, root answer equals 4.9. Now I can go here, and I know my base. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, my base is 4.9. No, my base is 4.9 plus 8. So 4.9 plus 8 is 12.9, and this is the length of my base. So my area is 12.9 times 5 divided by 2 times 5 divided by 2, and that's 32.2. I can say units squared because there's no units. Okay, but I should say that something's squared. Okay, so really easy. There's only 2 scenarios in Pythagorean theorem, having the longest side or looking for the longest side and not looking for the longest side. And then yeah, eventually we're gonna have to use Pythagorean theorem inside of questions to find missing side lengths of triangles in order to solve for volume, surface area, perimeter, whatever the case may be. But still a really easy skill, really quick.